Hey everyone, reseller here. Oh man, see, I'm doing the Steam It thing, man. I've been doing Steam It for so long. I did my other intro. Hey everyone, Chris, the thrift shop hustler, the other thing. Uh, here's another episode. See, I told you, Joe. It was either going to be a mess today, or it was going to
Wait,
be.
what is your other intro?
Oh, I say I say reseller because that's my Steam It name, and
Oh, okay.
I do like a ton of D2 videos and things like that. So it's like I didn't carry over the same persona to the other thing
You say
because
thrift shop reseller?
yeah, thrift shop. I was the thrift shop reseller yesterday, and a little bit from everything. And anyways, I'll get into that in just a second. I want to welcome everyone to the show. We're here with Joe Clay. Joe, you want to say what's up?
What's up to everybody? This is Joe Clay from Merch University. We're just here today to give some great info, do some merch talk. Sorry we weren't here yesterday, but we were busy. I had my ninth anniversary yesterday, so I was out and about, and so Chris was doing some transitioning. So, but it's great to be here today.
Yeah, and we'll talk about that in a second. Actually, I'll talk about that now. So we didn't have a show yesterday because yesterday was my first day doing full-time reselling and all my other stuff. And so it was a little stressful yesterday. And it's kind of funny because I planned on doing the show yesterday, but at like 8:30 in the morning, I got up to go to the storage unit because I resell. And the thing is, everything that people buy off me on eBay is, of course, in the storage unit buried somewhere. It's like the little thing that I can never find. So I just got caught up, and I was like, since I was over here at the storage unit, I might as well hit up some thrift shops. So I ended up hitting up thrift shops, and I was like, oh crap, it's 9 o'clock, like, or it's 10 o'clock. I wanted to do the show, like, and I was like, dang. So I was like, all right. So I'm glad, and everyone can thank Joe for lighting a fire under my ass today to do the show because I was just so out of it yesterday. He's like, hey, you want to do a show? I was like, all right, dude, cool. There's not really much to talk about today, so we'll just ramble on. But anyways, Joe, anything going on this week? Oh, by the way, happy anniversary.
Oh, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. This week, oh, you know what? This week I want to talk about is the new update. That's what I want to talk about.
Okay, we're gonna get in that in just a second.
Okay.
You're jumping ahead, like you got the Monopoly chance card that says move ahead four spaces or anything. Let's get into numbers real quick, Joe. Do you have those numbers?
Yeah, numbers. I have the past 7 days. I sold 36 sales. Yeah,
On this is merch.
yeah, merch, and then on Etsy is like 5 sales.
And you I know that you weren't doing Etsy for the longest time, so you're starting to head in on that one also.
Yeah, and here's the cool thing about Etsy that I started doing. That I'm just going to jump in and talk about that.
Sure.
I I was putting up like a lot of stuff that I had on merch on there, and then I just had like recently the last month I just had like one niche that just started selling like crazy, and so and the other ones hasn't really been selling, or they never really sold. And so what I decided to do was well, I decided to upgrade to the Etsy Plus, which is $10 a month, but you also get a free website with that, and you can pick a free website out of the selections that they give you, or you can get like a cheap website for $5, or and then they also give you $5 in promoted listings. So I decided, hey, that's worth it. And so what I did was I pretty much cleaned out my Etsy store and stuck with that one niche, and I'm just been uploading that niche like crazy, which is good because mostly all the keywords are the same and everything I really know. And since I've been getting a lot of sales in that niche, I decided to open an Instagram account, and I use that web address to as my put it in my bio, my Instagram, and so everything can go back to my Etsy store. So that's pretty new in Etsy.
Yeah, man, that's actually sounds exciting that you're doing all those kind of things, and that's actually the right way to go because when you start to see some success in one area, it's good to keep plowing forward and doing that. For those that don't know, Etsy actually rolled out a new kind of program where I think it's called, you said it's called Etsy Plus.
Etsy Plus, yeah, and I think there's like 3 tiers, and that's the second one.
Yeah, I'm not sure if the other tiers are available yet. I think they're going to be available later. Do you know if I think there's a premium one or something like that?
Yeah, there's a premium one. I forgot how much that one cost.
Yeah. So basically what it is I don't know actually the ins and outs of that. Do you know like what the benefits are for doing Etsy Plus?
It's supposed to be like better, I don't know, inform your customers. Some of the things are, if you're out of stock, I guess if you have other things that can go out of stock, you'll let your customer know when they'll be back in stock. You can do better things with your dashboard and stuff. And then the opportunity to do the website, of course, and then the promoted listings, that's another bonus. So, I spend, more than $5 on promoted listings. So if they're going to give me $5, that's worth it to me. It means that really that Etsy Plus is only $5. So I like
Yeah,
it.
it's kind of funny because I actually looked at that yesterday. There's a very famous Etsy person that I follow on YouTube, and I got it. What's funny is I totally forget her name. It's like a girl and her husband. I think it's like Alpha something or another. And I please forgive me that I don't remember, but she is all about Etsy. And I wish I had the information right now to show you guys, because if you're doing Etsy, even if she does like crafts and things like that, and it totally correlates also to merch and like all the tips and things. And anyways, if I can find out the name, I'll put it in the links in the show afterwards. And Handmade Alphas, I think her name is. Anyway, she's really great, and she was talking about this program like a month ago before it even rolled out. So I was like waiting and looking for this, and then when it finally came out, I looked at it and I'm like, I don't know if I want to get this, because from what I understand, it doesn't benefit you at all, because there's a lot of people that thought once you upgraded to Etsy Plus that you were going to get, a bump in your listings, if your keyword searches and things like that. But
Yeah.
it does nothing like that. It doesn't benefit you other than, like you said, you get a free website, you get $5 in free advertising, which I can burn through in a day.
Yeah, you can. So I don't know. It's
Yeah.
cool. I don't mind it. It's, and actually I posted, if you're not part of the Etsy, I'm part of it. I actually have another group called Etsy Printful University, and so I posted in there that I joined the Etsy Plus, and there was a lot of curious people. They were like, "Let us know, Joe, if that works and what's going on with that." And I told them about my website and everything, and so a lot of people were very interested in that. So I'm kind of hoping I can give them a great update soon.
Yeah, dude, it's crazy. Like my Etsy sales have fallen off the map just because, for me, I was going headlong onto it, and then it's one of those things where you get comfortable. Like I had like, let me see here, I had 59 orders in May, and I actually wrote that down. I'll get in my numbers in a second, but I had 59 orders in May.
Yeah.
I cleared over $1,000 in May,
Oh
um,
wow.
in profit just from Etsy and Printful integration. And by the way, if anyone's interested in Etsy Printful, I have a Printful affiliate link down below. But anyways, so I kind of like rested on my laurels. Have you heard of that expression or saying before?
Yeah, I have.
So what I did, I was like, oh, I'm doing so well, I'm going to work on other stuff. And then you do that, and then all of a sudden your Etsy and Printful sales start to fall apart. So there's that. But anyways, let me get into my numbers real quick. That was actually a good conversation. We could probably have a whole show on just
Etsy.
Etsy and Printful, man, because it's an amazing thing. So anyways, this month on Amazon, I sold 53 shirts, and I sold 208 PopSockets, dude. PopSockets have been on fire for me,
Wow.
dude. Um, Printful, I only had 19 orders, but some of those were multiple orders. I had a couple orders that had like 4 shirts each. So those numbers aren't real. They're low compared to May, but 19 orders is still 19 orders. It all adds up, dude. And now that I'm doing this full time, I'm going to have some extra time to sit back and kind of analyze what's going on. And I don't know what you do, but what I planned on doing was I'm going to have a 30-day sheet. So every month I'm going to make a sheet that has eBay, Amazon, merch by Amazon, all my revenue streams. And then I have a goal on the end of the day. So if I'm not meeting any of those goals every day, because I'm going to do every night, I'm going to go and review what's going on with the day, and then see, okay, I need to work on this. So is there anything like that? Because since you do this full time, and I just started yesterday, is there anything like that you do to keep yourself accountable?
Well, mainly I haven't done that because I'm only on like 3 things. So, but maybe I need to start doing that because I want to get into other platforms and stuff. But that's what I want to do. I do look it up daily though, and just kind of keep track and see what I'm doing and stuff. But I need more of a better instead of having it all in one place. I go look. I'm looking at each place individually. So
Yeah,
yeah.
see, for me, like I do art and I do the thrifting and all that stuff. So I'm gonna have my sheet's gonna be like it's gonna be a long line every day of this, and this. But what? Go
Yeah.
ahead.
I have a friend or this guy was talking. I was talking to him today, and he was saying, "Joe, we just need to have like, I forgot what he says, like 10 not resources, but 10 income streams. And if they just make $30 a day, we can make 120,000." I'm like, "Oh, good, man. That's a." I mean, he was, he's thinking like that too. So he actually has a job right now, but he's
Yeah.
on. I think he's on FBA. He's on eBay. He's on Etsy, merch, of course, and I forgot something else. So
Yeah,
create space.
yeah, there's a lot of great revenue streams, and now that I'm going to be doing this full time, I definitely have to look into all of them. And I've kind of been lukewarm to a lot of different things. I'm not going to lie to everyone. To be perfectly transparent, merch by Amazon has definitely been put on the back burner this year for me, for sure. I think PopSockets was the thing that kind of rejuvenated my merch by Amazon presence, because before then I was like, oh, like I got to upload shirts and they weren't selling, and everything was good. Because here's the thing for me is, I when I first started, I got into niches that no one was doing, and then all of a sudden, with what is it, Lister Pro or whatever, what's that thing that
Yeah.
shows the rank?
Oh, Merch Informer.
Yeah, so Merch Informer pretty much pretty much it, like, I don't, and I don't use it. I don't mean to knock anyone, but Merch Informer pretty much ruins people's niches, because the people that just use it just to like kind of snipe niches, they don't have no passion for these niches. They just snipe niches. That's what kind of ruined my business, like, because I had a good thing going with the cryptocurrency
Mm-hmm.
market, and I was killing it with the cryptocurrency market. And then all of a sudden, I think when I started to post on Steam It, and when I started to post on Twitter about my shirts, I think a lot of people had a light bulb in their head and said, maybe I should start going into this niche, and it totally ruined it. Because that's the thing about, and I hate to like kind of sidetrack this show a little bit, and that's the kind of thing is like me and you, Joe, like Joe, you especially, we want to help people, right? And
Yeah.
that's one of the great things about life, is helping others. But I feel like in my life, every time I went to help someone, it's kind of ruined my whole thing I had going on. Do you know what I mean? So it's like,
Yeah.
you got to pick one side, because if you're going to help people and be like, hey, this is what's going on, it's going to ruin your bottom line. And I can understand why people, are, I don't want to say selfish, but I guess that's the word, selfish, or they kind of want to keep the information to themselves, because, we all have a good thing going. And, as soon as we start to reach out and help people and be like, oh, these are, or share your shirts or anything, there's 10 other people that are going to, just because they have no, creativity, they just want to, leech off
Yeah.
everyone else. Any thoughts on that, Joe? Sorry to sidetrack the show.
No, I think that what it comes down to is that it's okay to share, but it's weird when I would give away, say like I would make like maybe like a niche list or whatever, and it would seems like when I would give it away, I would get like more hate for it or more dislikes for it, and some people would get it and get use out of it, and but people didn't respect it. But it wasn't until I started charging for it that you got like the serious and focused people and people who supported me. And so that's what I finally started doing. I had to start charging for it, and it kind of goes back to I do music and I rapping and stuff, and I have a friend who was kind of successful in it, and he's like, Joe, you're when I used to do that, and I used to go to like events and youth events and stuff, and sometimes I would think, I'm like, oh, maybe I need to go for free, but I had this mentor that told me, he says, no, you need to charge them, because he said, because it's a service that you're doing, but it's also it's like they'll have more respect for you if they're paying for you to come out and speak to their youth or just do music for them, and it's kind of like more of a respect thing. So once I started charging people, it seems like I got more opportunities and I got to go more places and people never mind paying. So
Yeah, it's kind of ironic, right? You give away something
yeah,
for free, everyone hates you. You charge for it. I mean, there's a
yeah,
lot of people that hate on people
yeah,
that charge too, though. But
yeah.
it's like
That's true.
it's a double-edged sword. This whole game, man. This whole like
Yeah.
business, and it's like, and for me, like I struggle because I do want to help people, and I've kind of gotten jaded over the years because here's another thing, and I hate to sidetrack the show again. Like I'm an artist too, so I do a lot of airbrush art and things like that, and I've helped a lot of I don't want to say younger, but like new artists come on the scene and tell them my tricks and tips and everything. And I can't tell you how many times I've been backstabbed when they become famous. They forget all the people that helped them
Yeah.
get to where they're at. And I think that's one of the most tragedies. Anyways, we could do a whole show on that kind of thing. Anyways, let's get into the news about I guess the UK market is now open. Joe, you want to take it away?
Yeah, the UK and Germany market are now open. And so, man, I think from what I've heard from people who are already selling on there is that it's wide open pretty much. It's like there's nothing saturated. It's pretty much just merch 2015 all over again, pretty much. And so there's going to be a lot of room for everybody to go in and fill out. I forgot how many people they said 90 million more people available to reach. And so and actually so there's going to be a lot of people are worried about oversaturation, but now just think these are only two other platforms. I think with I think I have an Amazon. I do used to do Amazon Kindle stuff, and they have like 10 worldwide places to distribute to. So I think eventually Amazon's going to open it up to all of them. So
Yeah, that's pretty crazy.
yeah.
Are you part of the group that is able to sell in that thing yet?
No, not yet. No.
Yeah, me neither. I try to look to see exactly where it's going to be. I think it's the front page where you check the shirt or the sweater.
Yeah.
There's the
Yeah.
thing that says Amazon.com, and for me, it's still solid. So what I'm saying
Mm.
for everyone out there, this is just my opinion. I think that's where it's going to be, where you're going to be able to toggle that thing right there in the very first page.
Oh, does yours say market and then .com? Does it say that?
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, okay,
So
yeah.
what I'm saying is, let me actually go look real quick so that I'm not looking like a dork here. If you go to Amazon, if you go to your merch dashboard and you click add a product here, the very first page is going to have available marketplace, Amazon.com. That's where I'm thinking, and I wish I knew how to screen share. I'm still new to this whole thing. So when you go to your create product page, available marketplace, Amazon.com, I think that's where the toggle switch is going to be, where you should be able to change what it is. I was thinking yesterday, Joe, do you know anyone that's able to do this? Like, because I know there's a lot of top level people out there that you
Yeah, I
know.
do. I do know one like personally I talked to, and they were telling me. Let me see if I can find just what they were telling me real quick. But let me see here. Pretty much, they were telling me that they they're transferring their listings to to the other markets, and they've only done like a third of them. They were telling me, and but they are counting the transfers as their uploads also.
That
So
makes sense.
and so um, and what's crazy is that they were saying is that they're translating the listings into German,
Yeah.
even though the text is English, they're still translating the other text as German and I guess what else. So yeah. So
Now, are they doing that manually, or is Amazon doing that for them?
no, they said Amazon's doing that for them. I guess that's what it sounded
Really?
like. Yeah, because how are they going to translate it?
Well, that's what I was thinking. It was funny because I was driving around yesterday thinking about this new update, and I was just like, you can just use Google Translate if you had to, but if Amazon is doing it for you, that saves so much time, dude.
And let me see what else I was going to say. Good. Yeah, so if they're doing it for you, hopefully, but the person who I was also talking to they're saying currently I can't upload at all, so they can't do anything until they either I don't know if they're going to upload everything for them or what, but they're they're pretty much stuck. They can't do anything. Their account is kind of not. I guess not. I guess it's frozen, or they just can't upload.
So you're saying they cannot upload at all, or could they upload and it's just stuck in processing?
No, they can't upload. They said at all. So
wow. Okay, so maybe they'll they'll roll this out for everyone else. Does this mean? And this might sound like a stupid question. I apologize for that in advance. Does this mean that UK people can now start selling on Amazon too, like merch by Amazon? They can set up their own accounts.
maybe so. Maybe so. Well, I mean, other people in other countries are on this all anyways. So yeah.
Yeah, but I thought like they did some kind of weird like thing to be able to because I thought like they use like a friend's US address to like circumvent the process. I didn't know that you can officially list from the UK or Germany.
Oh, I'm not for sure. I guess. Then
Yeah,
I
maybe
don't
I'm
know.
wrong. I thought, you know what? I thought Margaret did have a couple of UK guests on merch talk before, so maybe they are able to sell
Maybe.
through there. So, anyways, if anyone knows in the chat if UK is able to sell to sign up for merch by Amazon like before all this,
Yeah.
let me know in the comments below. So yeah, that's very exciting. I can't wait to be able to at least explore that. On paper, Joe, this sounds like this is going to be an amazing opportunity for people that take advantage of it early on.
Yeah.
As we know, you know, Q4 is coming up very, very fast here. We're not sure if there's going to be a slowdown, a freeze, or any of that kind of fun stuff. That's like almost like the Amazon Christmas present every year is. It's like a mystery box. What are they going to do this year that's going to mess everything up? For me, last year it was they ran out of black shirts, and I had so many black shirt designs that didn't sell.
Here, I got something really quick that I just kind of figured out last night from watching. Actually, I was watching another a video. Let me see if I can pull it up real quick. Let me see here. I'm gonna do a screen share real quick.
Okay, cool.
Let's see here. Okay, well, here's the kind of the idea behind it. Okay, so we're all wondering like what to sell on these other platforms. Here it is, right here. I know somebody already mentioned this website, but they didn't mention about the UK or the Germany thing. But I figured it out just now. If I can find it. All right, here it is. They mentioned this site right here. This, you see it?
No, I hope. Okay, keep talking.
Let me see if it shows up here. Let me see here.
There we go. I froze your screen. Hopefully they could see it.
Let me see it. I'm not. All right, here it is. It says you are screen sharing, but apparently not.
Okay, maybe the people can see it. So just go ahead and explain it. It's fine.
Anyways, what it is you go to keepa.com, and somebody was talking about doing research in there. But if you go on this keepa.com, you can go search the Amazon Germany store, and you can search the Amazon UK store. So there you go. And all you have to do is type in like shirts or something, and it'll pull up all the shirts. And actually, a lot of them are in German. So, I mean, but you can see what people are selling and everything, and
Sweet.
prices and all kinds of stuff. So if you're, I know a lot of people are like, and even I was worried. I'm like, man, what are we gonna do for researching this? But go to this Keep It thing on the top of the screen. Go to Amazon, and then it'll say choose language, and you choose, you choose the Germany store, and then you choose the UK store, and there you go. There's all your info that you need, kind of. So it's pretty cool.
That's great. And I think I've actually ruined the broadcast here because when I clicked on your name, now it's now we're toggling back and forth. Say something, Joe. Oh, you're still screen sharing, by the way.
Oh, stop. Let me stop this screen sharing. There we go. How about that? Is that better?
That works. Cool, man. Cool. So yeah, so like I think I'm actually stuck on your. Oh, there we go. We're back. Yes, finally I figured it out. Anyways, so yeah, dude, Keep is actually a really good program to use. I use it actually for my FBA sales. And for those who don't know, FBA stands for Fulfillment by Amazon, where you can buy stuff and then set it in the warehouse. Once it sells, they ship it. That's a brief explanation of FBA. Keepa is a great resource because if you're out in the thrift stores or whatever, you can actually kind of look up how much things have sold in the past and what the sales rank were in the past. It's a good way for me when I use it. I determine what time of the year to send something in because of their storage fees and everything like that. So Keepa is an amazing resource. I never thought about it to use it for merch. So that is a really good idea, Joe.
Oh man, we shouldn't have shared that now. I mean, I should have just told you by myself off camera.
No,
Because
it doesn't.
now we're gonna get all these dislikes and stuff. I think everybody's watching should dislike it so we can get all these likes on it.
No, as a matter of fact, if everyone out there could push the like button, it's the one where the thumb is actually facing up. That'll be much appreciated. So there's that. Yeah. So you've actually only heard of one person that was able to be accepted in the UK program, and they can't even upload photos.
Well, their items are getting transferred over, and I think before they started upload or transferring them over, they were trying to upload and they were just stuck in processing. So I'm not worried about it when we get in. Hopefully, get in whatever a couple weeks. I don't care.
Yeah,
I'm not even worried about it. So
yeah, as soon as my Facebook feed starts blowing up, it'll be live because everyone will be like, "It's live! I'm selling stuff to Germany." And we can actually go down that road a little bit since, we try to provide value here for everyone. A good thing to start doing is like, America, UK, Germany, they're all different cultures. So, what sells here might not sell there. So think about that, do some reverse engineering and maybe, do some Germany related shirts or some UK themed shirts. Cause I know one thing is they have different holidays and things like that for the most part. So there's a cool thing, an idea to do is once you get ungated, I want to say ungated and use the Amazon terminology, and start thinking about researching, different cultures within the UK and within Germany and things like that. And so if you're stuck on ideas, that's definitely a route to go. What do you think about that, Joe?
Yeah, I think going with all the holidays of the other countries and all the little countries in there and all the different towns, that's the best way. I saw a comment here where American Yesteryear says, "Yeah, but how reliable those auto translations from Amazon? From going from them transferring it to the other ones, I don't know. But when I was looking on the Keepa site, everything was in German, so I don't know what it was saying. So, but you could see the shirt, so yeah."
What's nice is, and actually kind of got two little things to go off of that is, I think Chrome actually has an extension where you can translate websites really easily. Another thing, when I talk to people that are in the normal business world, they say Google Translate is actually like the worst thing to use for translating things because there's so many different nuances. Yeah, there's so many nuances in other languages. And as a matter of fact, a lot of people that English isn't their first language say that English is one of the hardest languages to learn because of things like, like bark. It could represent the sound a dog makes, or it could be the thing on a tree. So in other countries, when you're going from English to another language, there's like pronunciation and there's the way it's said. There's a lot of nuances that are just typed letters. You know what I mean? So especially when you're going from like English to Chinese or English to Korean, there's a lot of things that are messed up in that translation because of Google's algorithm can't pick up all those nuances.
And actually got a great idea right now. So if you can speak German, if you can write German, this is a perfect opportunity to right now create your own merch translation company and have people send you, or they send you their listings and you fix them for them, send them back to them. There you go. That's a company right there for somebody. I hope somebody picks that up because I'll use them.
There you go, Joe. Joe, always the entrepreneur thinking.
Always, man. It's this comes. I have like 10 ideas this morning. I'm just like, I can't do everything.
Dude, I know that feeling, man. Yesterday I was just like, even today I'm just like running around trying to figure this out. So I give huge props to individuals that do, reselling full time and doing this merch by Amazon thing full time. It's a lot of work. And it does take a certain amount of fortitude. I had another couple of things written down here. Um, have you utilized the affiliate printful thing at all? Like, do you put that in your YouTube videos or anything like that?
Printful? No.
Like the affiliate, because there's an affiliate link, and I know Joe, not Joe. I know,
Etsy.
yeah. Okay, so you use the Etsy one, but I'm talking about. I know Margaret does it and Jeff, where they put their affiliate. I was just wondering, like, how you're doing with that, because it's another kind of side business to the
Yeah.
affiliate marketing. So there's the Etsy one. Does the Etsy one give you anything? I think it gives you
You
free.
get 40 free listings.
Now that's pretty good, I guess, if you're, because I think, what are they, 25 cents a listing?
20 cents, yeah. I haven't had to pay for a listing ever since I've been on Etsy.
I should have been using that, because I always have to pay for mine, as a
I
matter of
had
fact.
like 300 listings up, so I saved myself like, I don't know, $60 or something.
Yeah, there was a certain point where I was just like listing just like every shirt that ever sold on there, and then I was just like, and then I was doing like the infant bodysuit here, infant bodysuits,
Yeah,
the onesies. I'm afraid like
yeah.
Gerber or whatever is gonna come, SWAT team's gonna come charging through my window up here if I use the word onesie. So I actually have something to talk about. We can talk about PopSockets for a second. I sold 208 PopSockets this month, which is actually a phenomenal amount for me. Um, there was a loophole I figured out that I think it wasn't really a loophole, because loophole has such a negative connotation. That means you're trying to cheat the system when you hear the word loophole, right? Does that sound about right?
Yes, loophole.
So I want to say, like, I accidentally, when I first started, I talked about this last month or last show, that
Mhm.
I was actually using PopSockets in the brand name when I first started,
Yeah, you
and
cheater.
I did pretty much all my PopSockets like that. And so they, when I first started, I did it. It was okay, no problem. And then all of a sudden, they started to say, you can't use this anymore. They started to take down listings and everything like that. And I think, to be honest, that's part of why I had so many sales, is because that name was in the brand. And I've noticed ever since I was kind of forced to change those, sales have dropped off big time. So one of the key things, I think, if you're going to be successful in PopSockets, is to be able to utilize your keywords and your titles and your descriptions and your brand name to fit whatever style of PopSocket you're trying to sell. I think that's going to be key to being successful. Joe, you said you'd listed 400 of those?
Of what? Pop
Oh,
sockets?
PopSockets.
Yeah, like 400. I only have like 4 cells.
Jeez.
And actually, one of them has 3 cells, so that's
What's
all good.
So when you first got onto PopSockets, did
Yeah,
you use PopSocket in the brand name, or no
nothing. I didn't use it at all.
at all?
No, that's why I didn't have no cells.
Yeah, I think that's what it was. Um, because, like, for me, when I first started listening to them, I didn't realize they were going to put PopSocket in the title by default. They do that. Do you know that?
Yeah,
So I just put them in the brand name, because that's part of my shirt kind of thing too. Is I utilize the brand names to help actually search results too. Which, by the way, if you're not doing that, definitely try that out. I know there's people like Jeff that try to do his, he has his own brand, and then he has all his shirts underneath that brand. I'm
Jeff. Yeah.
Yeah, Jeff. What did I say? Did I say
No,
something?
you said Jeff. That's right.
Okay, I was like, I'm telling you, my brain is just not the same anymore.
What do you think about that? Yeah, he has all his listings under one thing.
That's he does well. It's good. It works for him. He's able to push organic sales, like secondary sales, because here's the pros and cons. You know what? Let's get into this real quick. Let's talk about this.
Let's do it.
So what we're talking about right now, people, for those that are like, what the hell are they talking about? When you sell on Merch by Amazon and you have a brand name, it's something that's a field that you have to fill out, right? There are some people that stick to one brand name and have all of their shirts under one category. There's people like myself. I know Margaret does this. I think you do this too, Joe,
Blah blah blah.
blah, blah, where you use different brand names for different niches, correct?
Yes.
Okay, so there's those two camps. Now you could have the same thing where you have a bunch of shirts under one brand and then kind of trickle over here. But what I'm saying is the pros that are for when you do it all in one that I've heard of is that if someone searches for like best dog walker shirt and they find your shirt, they click on it, all the related searches that are going to be in the bottom where it shows different shirts are going to be your shirts for that one brand.
Oh, I heard about that. Yeah.
So if you have your brand as best dog walker shirts and it's just one shirt, one style, when they click on that one style, there's going to be other people's shirts on the bottom. And there's no math that I can find or no research that I can find of what's the conversion rate, but I'm pretty sure everyone's missing out on hundreds of sales a year because they click on your shirt and then they see someone else's shirt that's better below and cheaper, maybe even too. So
another thing to add to that is you can do it Instagram and get your own website. And then when you put that, you can put all your main brand, you could use that, whatever, his Cosmic Frogs or whatever.com. He could put that on, say he bought a web address, he could put that on Instagram. So when people click on that, they'll all get transferred to his Amazon store. So
yeah, because I respect Jeff for that because he has his own thing that he does and it works for him. So more power to you. Like, here's the thing too. These kind of shows, if you watch these kind of shows, you buy into those programs, you buy those ebooks and everything. This is pretty much everyone's opinion. What works for me is not going to work for you. What works for Joe is not going to work for me. What works for Jeff is not going to work for Margaret. Everyone's going to have to find their thing. And Joe actually talked about this in the beginning of the show where he says that he saw one particular niche that was selling on Etsy and decided to scrap everything else, build a store just around that niche because he saw that the road was leading him down that way. So that's just some of my advice I can give to you guys today. Just kind of when you watch these shows, don't take people's word as gospel and like just copy people and be a follower. Kind of develop your own kind of way that you do it, and you'll find even larger success once you start going down that road.
Just only do that in the Bible, man. Follow those gospels and be a follower of Jesus.
That's right.
That's
and
it.
like feed like 5,000 people with 3 fishes.
Hey, you know what I did? On CreateSpace, I took my Christian rap CD and I put it on CreateSpace. It's taken like 10 days to process, but it's still in processing. But when one comes up, I'm gonna order and see. It's crazy. It's gonna be exciting, actually.
Yeah, I just saw that I saw like do you have a new Facebook like account for your rap stuff?
Yeah, I have my own. Yeah, I've had it Facebook forever. Yeah. Actually, I got locked out of my Facebook group one day for, I don't know what I was doing. Anyways, I got locked out for like an hour, and I was trying to contact you to let me back in through that Facebook page. And I'm like, dang, these people don't even answer. I think I asked you and Margaret and Jeff and like everybody who's an admin of Merch U, and nobody responded. So I was like, they don't know who I am.
That's funny. Yeah, we changed the locks on the doors when you were gone.
You could have.
How did you get back in? I don't even remember seeing that message.
I don't know. You had to like answer all these questions, and then they let you back in.
Oh yeah, you know what? That happened to me today when I posted in Etsy University, Printful University. I was posting the link to the show and it locked me out of my account and said it was suspicious activity. Was it the same thing for you? And you had to like they show you all the photos of your family and they're like, who is this person?
Yes. There's a new feature that now that happened, I'm going to take advantage of, because it says like you can add like 5 friends, and then so you could, I guess it'll be able to, when you can contact them and they can say, yeah, that's who Joe is, and then they can just click an approve button and let you back in. So that's what I'm going to have to do.
Oh man, that sounds like blockchain technology right there in the crypto space. In Bitcoin, you can set up what do you call it? Bitcoin contracts, where basically everyone has a key, and you can set it up where like 3 out of the 5 people have to okay and use their key to unlock funds.
Oh
So
wow.
it's like that's what I'm saying. It's like they're kind of using the blockchain idea, but they're not
Yeah.
really like saying it because that's kind of like what Bitcoin and the blockchain technology does stuff like that. It's like what do you
Wow.
call it, private contracts or whatever like that. So anyways, Matthew Pate is asking what we're up to, what you guys. Wait, what? Oh, never mind. I'm dumb, dude. I thought he said what we were up to lately. He just says he says what's up, he's coming in late and whatever. So God.
Oh, you know what? Here I was looking at my Amazon store today, and I was kind of doing the same mentality as I was with my Etsy store. And I noticed this one niche where I'm consistently selling this one shirt, probably like 30 times a month. And so, and I kind of look back on the history of that shirt and that niche, and like I haven't really like I've added copycats or made my own versions of that shirt over and over, but I think I'm gonna go crazy with that niche and just like upload 1,000 designs in that shirt. But I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna upload them like standard, long sleeve, sweatshirt, hoodie, pop socket maybe. And I'm just gonna go crazy because I've been hearing people talk about how like people in the higher tiers who are like in 20, 25,000 tiers, is that when Christmas or Thanksgiving or any holiday comes along, they're putting up 2,500 shirts in those niches, and they're making, and because and they don't know what's going to hit, but they're getting a lot of bestsellers, and they're saying like even some of those shirts are ranking as low as like 5,000. So they're and they were saying like some of those shirts are making them like $4,000 a month. So
Yeah, dude. So like, wow, just I can't even fathom doing 2,500 designs of Thanksgiving. That
So
just
like it gave me an idea. It was like, well, if this is selling 30 shirts a month, what if I added 1,000 shirts, or well, five for every shirt. So that's gonna be a lot, but it'll be worth. It's a chance.
Yeah, what's funny is, and don't take this advice as gospel, like I was just telling everyone before.
Okay.
I've tried that kind of thinking, and
Oh, you did? Okay. Yeah, I want to hear.
it's never worked out for me, dude.
Oh, okay.
I've taken my most popular shirts and I've
Yeah.
done like different versions of them, different spin-offs on them,
Yeah.
and it's never worked for me. This is for me though, so like
Okay.
it could work for you. So go ahead and definitely try it.
Yeah.
This is
Yeah.
this is one of the things I want to tell to everyone. We don't want to discourage anyone from doing anything. We want you to just try it. It won't even hurt. Like, what's the worst it's going to do? You're going to waste your time, and some of our time's very valuable, but the only thing you're going to waste is maybe time.
And what's cool, I'm like, I mean, just from it seeing it sells, it's kind of like hyped me up. Like, oh man, this could, what's the potential? And so, I mean, I'm like, I either can like spread myself out and put all these other ones up, or I at least I know that this one is selling 30 times a month. But what if? I have like the what if attitude. So,
Yeah, go for it, man. Go find
and it's
that.
not gonna hurt. So
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. The only thing you're going to waste is time. And if you got some time to spare to try a new project or a new experiment, do it.
yeah, yeah. And I got all
Do
kinds of time.
Yeah. So let's talk let's actually kind of splinter off that a little bit. Do you use any kind of organic, I don't want to say organic. Do you use any kind of outside marketing to try to promote your shirts or anything like that? Do you use Printful? I mean, not Printful. Do you use like Pinterest and Instagram or anything like that?
Yeah, all my shirts have been selling on merch. If you didn't know it, that you from their merch listing, there's a button that you can push to it'll load it on Pinterest. And so what I've been doing, I even heard this expert lady say, she's like, don't just put all your shirts up on Pinterest. She says, just put the ones that are selling, because she says later on when you have all your shirts on there, the ones that don't sell, because she knows that Amazon takes them off, that those links won't work or whatever. But she was saying just put the ones that are selling. If it sells one time, throw it on Pinterest, make a board for it or whatever. And so that's what I've been doing. So if it sells, I just make a board, throw it on Pinterest. And another thing, the reason why the whole idea behind getting the URL and the thing for Etsy, and possibly now for Amazon, is that I have my brother-in-law and my family members, they just started an Instagram store, and they just like blew up like overnight. Like they don't even know how to do it, and they put their website on there, and they got like 600 to 1,000 clicks within like 4 or 5 days. I'm just like, oh my god, there's potential there, you know. And they just tag. They didn't know what to do. They had like a whole thing of tag, you know, the paragraph, and
Yeah.
like their sales and their customer, what do you call it, back and forth communication with other people interacting with them has like blown up within days. And so I'm like, hey, that's an idea right there. I'm gonna try this with Etsy, and that's the whole reason behind me going to one niche. And when someone clicks on it, they're going to that Etsy store, but it's all that same niche. So before, when I clicked on it, and I'm like, man, it's showing my other shirts. It's not even showing the shirts that I have the Instagram page for. So I'm like, let's just try it, you know. So who cares?
Yeah, treasure hunter hits it right on the head. It's called engagement, the whole thing with the interaction between two
Yeah.
individuals. So what I'm saying is, do they? So let's explore this a little bit. This whole Instagram marketing thing. So is it? Are they doing shirts, or they're selling other products?
No, they're selling like car parts or something. So
Okay, okay. So you're taking pretty much that. That's a good idea, and people have been doing that for years. I mean, that's nothing that's
yeah,
new. This is not
yeah.
groundbreaking like information we're sharing here.
No.
People have been doing this for years. The thing is trying to find the right niche and the right
Mhm.
engagement to get the ball rolling with that. So I actually wish you a lot of luck with that, and please let us know in future episodes how that is going, because I know Margaret's done that before, and she's talking about she would do like specific shirts about, I don't remember what the subjects were, but she did start some Instagram pages, I think, about different niches or whatever, and she's seen some success. But it's one of those things where you're going to have to, you know, really put time and effort into it, because
Yeah.
things don't just take off right away.
No. Yeah, and I've been noticing, you know, just and actually the niches, so all the sales I've been getting on, you know, on Etsy have been promoted listings. So, but you know, the niche is not that huge, so it's kind of a small, I would say, small niche, and so it's pretty targeted. So it could work, you know. So
Yeah. The thing is, what's nice is always thinking about new things, because organic sales are one thing, but I think Amazon has kind of forced us to kind of think outside the box and try different ways of selling shirts. I know I've thought of a million different ways to promote my shirts, and you know, I've seen some pretty good success, especially like one of the things that I know, there's a major seller on Merch by Amazon that actually goes to different retailers and different places around his neighborhood, and talks to people. You know, that's just one way. There's such a million different ways to make your Merch by Amazon business work. So just, you know, Joe's thinking of another, you know, way. And Instagram's there, you know, we all have that on our phone for the most part, and it's just there. And they set up where, Joe, I don't know if you know, I think I have like 10,000 subscribers or more on one of my accounts, and you're able to actually put links in your stories too.
wow.
So once you get to a certain level, you can, that's what Gary Vee does, that's what Nicole State
Mhm.
does. A lot of these high level resellers and people that are in marketing and things like that, they'll do their story like, oh, I found this purse at whatever, and put an Amazon affiliate link in there.
Oh
So
wow.
once you get to that level, and I apologize for not knowing the exact specs of when that unlocks, but I know that
Yeah.
you have to have a certain threshold of followers,
Yeah, I heard about that.
yeah, before you're able to put links in. So my thrift shop hustler Instagram, I can't put links in the stories, but my Evolos Instagram, my art thing, I can put it in there. So I've always been trying to utilize that, and it actually works, because what's nice about this, Joe, is I think even if you have a basic account, you get analytics that shows you how many people watched your story or looked at your image, how many people clicked your thing, how many
Yeah.
people just swiped away. So there's a lot of great analytics in Instagram, and I want to thank probably Facebook for that, because once Facebook bought out Instagram,
Yeah.
it actually ruined everything for me when they did that, because I have like 27,000 followers on my Evolos account,
Yeah.
And I was getting like a lot of likes every day and a lot of views, because before Instagram would put up on the timeline, when you go onto your feed and you see your friends, they're sorted by new. So like the newest thing will show up on the top. That's how it used to be. Now Instagram uses some funky algorithm thanks to Facebook that shows the most popular things that you might think they think you want to see.
Yeah.
So like if I just posted an image right now, it's not going to show up on the top of your feed anymore. It's going to be buried. So a lot of my followers went away. A lot of my engagement went away. And we were all forced to pretty much do other things to try to bring people into your thing. So now it's like, if you go to a certain Instagram account all the time, the algorithm says, oh, you like this person, will show more of their stuff now in your feed. Even if it was 2 or 3 days ago, they'll still
Wow.
show it. So yeah. Yeah, man, if you have any questions about Instagram, man, a lot of the things that people don't know about me is I've been knee deep in the social media thing since the 90s. It started all with AOL. Did you have AOL in the 90s, dude?
Yeah.
Wasn't that like it was like the greatest thing ever when that came out?
Do you remember? Oh, well, here's something that kind of relates to the AOL. Do you remember the AOL? Like you could just find a chat room and you just watch the conversation and you just jump in, and then there becomes like 20 or 30 conversations going on at the same time.
Yeah, pretty much the old AOL chat rooms kind of reminds me of the chat we have over here on the side.
Yeah.
You know what I
Okay.
mean?
Well, get this. I think it was 2 nights ago. Um, I opened a live. I went live, but I didn't have no audio and no video. And it was like 11:30, 11 at night. And I go, okay, this is an old school chat room, AOL style. And man, there was like 10 of us and we just chatted all night. And it was, so people, if they come on live, all they saw was the chat room going off. It was pretty cool. And so everybody was excited. They're like, this is like 90s chat style. And I'm like, yeah. And I'm like, I'm the first to do it. Bring it back. So like I said, we'll have it again. So
yeah, man, it's crazy to think like how the internet has changed since then. And Rules for Rebels brings up the age, sex, location. That's what the ASL stands for those.
yeah.
So when you see that, you're dealing with the old school AOL person, because basically when I was a teenager, and I think you were a teenager at that time too, we're all trying to hook up. We're all trying to hook up with some girls, man, on that. It's like age, sex, location, you know what I mean? But it could totally be some 50-year-old guy from Alabama that you're talking to, some girl that you thought. Anyways, we've sidetracked this conversations long enough. We're getting to the top of the hour here. If you're not following the Thrift Shop Hustler channel, definitely go up there and click the subscribe button. I will be making more videos over the next coming months. I know I slowed down on my videos. We'll be doing more merch videos and things like that. If you're not subscribed to Joe Clay, I did put a link to Joe down below, and there's also a Print Tech affiliate link, Joe, that's still down there. You want to talk about that real quick?
Yeah, Printech. If you want to do, Printful has all these different categories how you can sell different things like bodysuits, baby bodysuits, and let's see what else they have that's unique. I'm trying to think. That's like mainly one of them, and like phone cases and whatever. But Printech, you can do glasses that are etched, that are print on demand, and you could do like covers, book covers, journal covers. I think cigar boxes and maybe wine glass boxes. I mean, there's a ton of things that Print Tech offers that you can try out for a week. And then after that, then they integrate with Etsy. So after that, it's $10 a month, but it gives you access to 80 products. And it's pretty much like Printful, but it's just a different service. But it's really good. I've tried it so far.
Awesome.
I've only been on it for a week, so I haven't sold anything yet, but I'm working on it.
Yeah, as I say, it takes a little bit of time to get any success in anything in life. So anyways, we do have a link down there below. I haven't tried any of that stuff. I'm too busy with a million other things I got going on. I said the same thing with Etsy and Printful too. I held off for the longest time, and then I realized, God, that was such a dumb mistake, because it's like better sales on there than merch by Amazon some months.
Actually, on my Etsy Printful, my last 10 items I sold weren't even t-shirts.
Yeah, there you go. So Joe, any last words before we wrap the show up today? I really appreciate you coming on, dude, and lighting a fire under my ass to come out here and do a show today.
Yeah, man, we got to get out there and do it. Actually, I think the more we talk about it, the more it kind of inspires us to keep going. So
Yeah, and Joe just proves like even when I'm kind of like, oh, I don't know about doing the show today, it takes other people to get you motivated. So maybe today motivate someone to do something. I don't know. I don't know what I'm saying. I'm trying to leave with some words of wisdom here. I actually might do a merch talk show at night at some point, like maybe once a week. So we'll talk about that.
yeah.
And I think we can get some drinks and hang out and do all that kind of fun stuff.
Yeah, so make sure if you're watching, it's Merch University. That's my YouTube channel and my Facebook group, and where Chris is an admin in there too. So,
Yep. All right, guys. If you have any questions after seeing the show, definitely go and leave them in the comments below, and I will get to them as soon as I can. If I don't know the question, I just won't answer. And once again, I want to thank Joe. If you're not subscribed, click subscribe to both of our channels, click the like button, all that fun stuff, and we'll see you guys next week. Take care.